Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I have some great news. I think most of you already knew I was gonna make a video, and I think I know who, what we're talking about here. How we're all connected. That's very important. So I'm gonna address a lot of things, and maybe this is for you. Maybe it isn't. So it's just go along with it. Uh, so we're all connected. So you might get things out of my energy field, and I'll get things out of your energy field, and we'll know stuff from each other because of our energy. The most important thing I wanted to say is that I think you can obviously think that I'm very happy and I'm excited, and it just shows, right? And you can tell that I'm just, super chill right now. Look at this. I just realized this was here all this time. Our space family, they can see in our rooms, they can see in our homes, they can connect with us in that kind of special way. And when they do, they're very, it's because they know that they can, right? And that you won't be spooked out about it so much. And that you understand that there's just a little more, right? It's like placing that piece of candy just far enough from the other one. And you look at it, you eat it, and then you can see the other piece of candy, and then you go for that one, then you see the other piece, and it's like, okay, you don't notice the pattern as much as you're following these things. But just as a basic example of how your awareness is, it's beginning to open, and it's beginning to expand, and you as a galactic human being are able to grow for yourself because you've done this before, right? I think I answered my own question the other night where I wondered why is there just tossing so many souls in this planet because it's a it's an ascension. Why so many souls? Brand new souls, right? People just coming in over and over again. It's possible and it's happened, and I think it's just because they're just meant to experience this so they can move on to something else, right? And start the process of a synapse, a reaction between two opposing energies, so that they can start a physical life cycle. And as a soul, the soul's like an empty vase. It's completely pure and innocent. Then you start filling it with something, right? Earth experience, Pleiadian, Andromeda. So one of the important things I want to say is something that I've said before in my videos. And I'm coming back to you now because it feels great to do so. I've made videos where I just didn't feel like it, but I did need to kind of let out some of the stuff. I needed to vent, right? Some of the things that I knew that maybe just you didn't know, so we can get on the same subject here, and we can all agree that there is more, right? I need to put that piece in front of you so you can go for it and ask for more and get more. I know what you're thinking. Well, have you received any information for yourself, or you've noticed anything different that has prompted you to want to move in a certain direction? Or have has anything been presented to you that makes you want to pursue that more so you can get a better insight of things? Well, I'm at the point where I understand that um, something that opposes you will actually allow you to grow. And even though they're not growing themselves, they're giving away a lot of themselves for, the most important people are the ones that allow you to grow. And the way they allow you to grow is by suppressing you, taking away your rights, an incredible amount of you know falsehoods and things like that that you embody for yourself, and you realize that there's so much more than just that, and then you start to grow. It's happened to me. It's undeniable, and here I am, very grateful for this. So the first thing is first, and it all kind of ties in a little bit. The Andromedans, and I mentioned this in videos before, the Andromedans are going to take the 3D energy of this planet. They're going to remove the negative aspects that don't work very well, and they're going to take this template to create other templates so that when souls incarnate in this 3D world of ours that we live in, similar to this, um, then it'll be easy. It won't. Okay, so we're in an ascension process with a slight deviation where negative energy, negative faction, negative beings, reptilians, etc., have managed to circumvent the learning experience of living in a planet or living in the 3D world where we are all supposed to, at some point, be enlightened, right? And then grow out of the conflicts, grow out of the wars, grow out of the poverty, grow out of the, um, you know, blank. Fill in your own blank, guys. Um, and then that negative faction of individuals have made it so much more difficult to accomplish. Not that it will not be accomplished, it's just a little difficult, a little um, more extreme situation that has just taken the planet longer than what it should be, and we're heading in the right direction. So that's a plus for all of us. Um, so they're taking the template, they're purifying it, they're going to get the golden key, and they're going to use the golden key as the template for the new paradigm, the new format of ascending souls into not this planet, but still as a template that could be used for other circumstances, different planets, different exoplanets, whatever might happen in that case. So that's one of the things, right? The next thing is that because we're all connected, well, our DNA has been activated already. So I said January or Q1 of next year, something like that, right? Q1 still, though. I kind of set that out there because I wanted you to try to see if you can figure out exactly when that would happen. And you all said the affirmative. You said, we're done. We did it. All right, our DNA has been active. It didn't take that long. But it's good for you to understand the feeling, the energy, the that sense of calm and peace. Have you ever tried to just let your body float in the ocean? How un you can't hold on to any single thought. You can't twitch. You just have to lay in the ocean flat, and it almost feels like you're drowning. Water could probably get upside your face here, maybe in your nose if you don't lean your head back too much. But that's the sort of freeingness you need to feel, which is the same thing as you would want to feel. You feel vulnerable. You're laying on your back. A shark could eat you. Somebody could push you down into the water. You don't know, you can't see, you can't look right or left, and your surroundings are just you're vulnerable, right? You're going to that water hole in the middle of the desert or some tropical place, and an alligator can come out and just bite you in your neck. All that is very possible, and that's just how it feels. So what you did there, you let that energy come into you. We have activated our DNA, and I hate saying it like this, but I can see a little further than that, and I can just kind of take a glimpse of further of the the consequences, right, or the positive aspect of looking a little forward. Um, we have practically rubber stamped, right? We've stamped a um, a marker. We we set that marker down, right? So in our next incarnation, this what just happened today, guys, is going to manifest itself. You'll be living another life 100 years from now, and you growing up, like, oh man, I remember I was on Earth. I remember we went through this process. We're feeling our energy. We're fulfilled. Guys, what I'm trying to say, which is one of the biggest things here, and I'll get to a few other things later, um, but it's very simple. Okay, when we come back here, we're going to be just embodying the same energy that we feel right now. One day you just wake up as a teenager or a 20-year old, and all this that you feel now will come right back, and you're just like, okay, it'll just be wonderful. It's a great experience. So imagine if we can do these kind of experiences and things for a couple of more sessions in this lifetime, and they might just push back when we'll be reincarnating on Earth. But I mean, I'm sure we'll have flying cars by then, or something of the like, right? Lot It's going to be a lot lighter in the sense of how much freer you'll be in probably the whole world. But still, America is America, guys. Either way, um, I'm going to reference something here that it's important. So, you know, we are very close. We're brothers. Your head is, you just can imagine that something like this is very possible, right? You know, and I think you're a wonderful person. So I've mentioned this in videos before, where um, back in the Lyran Wars with you know our Lyran and Reptilian factions, uh, I sent my Lyran daughter to incarnate in the reptilian colony, so to speak. And she came back and reported that it's a miserable way of being alive when she was able to come back to me and then reincarnate in her um, lion form again. Stay with me. Then we saw you and a couple of you all bunched up together on a cliff, all metaphoric. The cliff. What happens when you go off a cliff, right? And how many of you are going to go off the cliff, and how many of you are going to just say, hold on a second, yeah, there's it's you and there's two others at least, but their energy is just so much less than yours, like you're standing out very much, that but here we are now and you just can't believe it, right? So we came, um metaphorically, in our very light, remember the light garment that this people talk about. You wear this light energy body, that you're out of your body, you're in this light garment. Daughter and I were in a light garment. We came down as close to the cliff as we could. We looked, we saw you. You were there and you stood out, and here you are with us again. Here we are. So if me and you aren't here, then my daughter's somewhere around here too, running around on the planet. Yeah, it's kind of gets to you, really. It is. It does, and it is interesting, right? Either way, I was flanked by two of your guys, and during the time when weren't really supposed to be just thinking too much about stuff, and we're supposed to relax and take it easy. Uh, and they just kept knocking at my door. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, it's us. Hey, it's us. Hey, like once, and then twice. That second time, I immediately knew who they were, and I was like, oh boy, this is you. You these are your representatives that are coming here to talk to me right now. And I spoke to them, and they said, yeah, forget it. Yeah, that's it's not worth it. It isn't worth it, right? In 10, 15, 35 years from now, I mean, like, who knows, right? It's just too much. But we're more than just opposing species. We're more like brothers. We're more. Our story goes deep enough that I can't remember it, but I've read about it and it resonates with me. So I don't know if I should be saying too much because it feels like it might not be enough for you to understand. And maybe it's another video for another time. But yeah, they called. I answered. I knew who they were. I knew who you are. Obviously, you know who I am. Um, and I was gonna just pledge my. I was going to pledge again, and I am now pledging my support for you, right? And the things that maybe you don't understand so much, but I am here to help you in any way that I can, support you in any way that I can, and completely just like let's get it done, right? Let's put it together so that we can make it better. So when we leave this planet, it's better for the both of us and for everyone else too. I'll leave it for another time because it's not like I'm gonna start crying or anything. But let's see what happens from here on out, right? Let's just see how it all settles itself, right? Let's let it settle for a little while, and then we'll continue from there. So I think that's important. The highlight of the video, I think, is just just how we are able to um, put that marker down for our future incarnations. I think it's important. That's what I believe is the most important thing in this video, and it happened just a few hours ago. It was just this rush of energy, and I was so happy that you could figure out that we're back on track where we were before this whole pause happened for us, and it's just teaching you just what to look for, and it's better if you do it yourself, really. Um, so that's that. The future looks bright. It's amazing. It's just everything that we're expecting it to be, and I hope that it's full of good surprises and not so much what we're hearing in the news and what's going on and that kind of stuff. I know how that stuff works, so I'm not bothered by that so much. I keep to myself. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit here, guys. I'm gonna let you go. Just trying to remember to see if there's anything else. As I was driving home, I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna do this. But either way, congrats that you are able to kind of, put the guesswork away, float in the ocean, be yourself, and then see how our collective energy. Oh, the because of our DNA upgrade, we're gonna make more synapses. We're going to make more connections we're going to be able to connect those dots easier. or not just follow the dots, but then just know where we're going. Even though we're following, it'll be great to know where you're heading. Where is this going? Oh, I see where this is going. Right, but in a more in a wider field of view, not a narrow field of view like you're looking through a tunnel. You know, you'll see more, right? You understand a greater scope of where you're heading to. So you're asking, what's one thing that me, and I notice about a wider scope of things? Excuse me. It's an interesting question. Well, in my last video, I said that I would answer, that I would help as many people as possible with my videos. So I came across this individual, and they are going to kind of ironically, or just funny in a way, um, that I think they're going to meet their person that they're going to be with the rest of their lives. Um, so I saw this person today, and I just wanted that confirmation. So I had a conversation, maybe for a minute or two. We had a minute, 30, 40-second conversation today, right? So you know what I mean. It's not what we're thinking about, but it's just funny how it kind of lines up in that way. You know what I mean? And so I saw that I had the so before I saw this person, I knew I was going to see this person, right? Oh, why am I thinking of XYZ? Hmm, XYZ is either um getting to know people, right? Or because it can go either way. I sorry for the long video, but since you're asking, since you are aware of a initial thought or an idea that comes to your mind, you have to break it down in with your ability to understand that you can't put your emotion into the field of the other person's life path, right? I don't interfere with anyone's life because I know the consequences of what it means if I involve myself to if I force myself in a situation. I know what those consequences are, right? Normal people don't know about that, and they you could run all the circles around the situation, you wouldn't understand. It's just not your thing to understand right now. All right? So I this video is too long. So I felt I knew I was gonna see this person. And then I got a like a flashing image of what's gonna be her next the next few steps in her life. So I saw her being married, right? And then let's suppose that within that video, within that flash of information for that second, right? I saw that she would meet this person, and where my feelings can get involved directly with this individual would be in the way that I tell her this information. So I don't cause for there to be a, uh, you want to place it so that it's interesting, but then don't outright tell the individual what's going to happen. You're going to meet someone, and I think this person is going to be very special for the rest of your life, right? Instead of saying, well, you know, you're gonna meet. When the next 6 months you meet 5 people, and you are not going to be confused about him, but you have so many other options that you might not really think of him as that kind of person. And he does know that you're the one, but I mean, there's 4 more candidates that are looking to please you and you know start a family with you, so to speak. But this guy is, I know that this the guy that's going to pursue you with his all his heart is going to be the guy that you're really meant to be with, which is like, I saw her today and I jumped for joy. I said, wow, look at you, your life is going to be great because you got a chance to just do it right the first time, right? Who does it right the first time? And it's amazing. It's really just, I feel so grateful that I'm able to help people. And now I'm going to do it for real. It's not like someone needs to watch my video. I'm making the video too long. I am sorry. And I think that answers that last Q&A question that we you had, right? It's part of the process. It's definitely polishing a concrete slab to make a Michelangelo or Leonardo painting. Like, it's work to get good at this, and then not involve people where they might be turned off if this person finds out, oh my God, it's him, and it's like, oh, I'm so confused, and you don't want to, you never want to involve yourself in that kind of situation. But I gave you both ways, and both ways are correct about how I explained it and which ways that I can say this to this individual. Either way, hope you guys have a great evening. This is the video that you all were looking for, and I hope I answered all your questions with the dialogues I just had. Hope you guys have a good evening.